Hello everybody and welcome on back to Random Rosters here on youtube.com/Seannosaurus. My name is Sean, and every Tuesday inside of NFL 2K3 we watch a triple header of NFL action. The rosters have been fantasy drafted and we're just having some fun seeing how it would be if basically the NFL had a big old reset button before the season. Every Tuesday is when this posts, so subscribe, ring the bell, and you'll be notified when I post the new videos, and you can follow along with our 6th season of the show. Good thing I re-recorded this intro because I said it was season number 5, and it's definitely season number 6. We have 3 matchups for you today. We're going to be taking a look at an NFC battle. The Bears taking on the Lions. Lions, we'll throw them in there because they are in the NFC title game. And then we're going to do the same thing for the 49ers, which comes with the bonus benefit of having a brand new team, the New Orleans Saints, in. 49ers, Lions, that is the first game, I believe, or second game. It doesn't matter. They're playing on Sunday with the AFC Championship as well. The Saints, this might be the first and last time we see them. They are not a very good team. They're like 1-5, so don't look forward to seeing them. We had the Packers on once. We might not see them for the rest of the season either. I try to make sure we get one game from every single team throughout the season. But once we hit about week number 10, I start to really not worry about the teams that are real bad, unless they're like comically bad together. Well, last but not least, look at the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers in our triple header finale. So let's jump on in. I don't have to scroll back up. Let's take a look at the Lions taking on the Bears for week number 7. Thanks again for hanging out. On ESPN. Appreciate it. The Bears come into today's game with Super Bowl appearances 1. Super Bowl victories 1. Oh, because they don't have the one that they lost to Indianapolis. That's wild. Can Detroit, can they get to their first Super Bowl ever? They have to get through San Francisco, which I believe they can do. My dream Super Bowl, what I'm looking for is Lions-Ravens. Because we either get a brand new Super Bowl winner in the Detroit Lions or a player that I like named Lamar Jackson gets a Super Bowl victory, which is exciting because I like him. 7.1 as we take a look at Warren Sapp and Curtis Martin. I don't know that we've had Detroit yet this season. I'm pretty sure we have. We've seen a lot of the NFC North.
And even knock him around a little bit. His stats prove it. Defensively this season, he's averaged 3 tackles and a sack every other game.
Oops.
Okay, Peter, now let's go to midfield for the coin toss.
Okay, so we actually, Detroit and New Orleans are both new teams today. Okay, good. You can see there that the Bears looking good so far this season. The Lions hovering around 500. There are a couple of divisions that look like they have the strong contenders, and I would say the NFC North is one of them, with a strong Bears team at 5-1 at this point in the season. You have the Cardinals, who are undefeated in the NFC West, and then you have the Patriots, who are playing in the god-awful AFC East. They're like 4-2. The next closest team is 2-4. Maybe they're 4-1. Whatever their record is. The Patriots probably going to cruise to the playoffs. Oh, a nice run back here for Detroit, right up the middle. Oh, we still haven't seen a kickoff return for a touchdown, but we almost did there. That was a terrific run back, and if that's Deuce Staley, that makes sense. So here we go with game number 1. Detroit eking out a couple of narrow victories in the playoffs. Congratulations to Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sometimes I think you have a tendency to write off, so we see a little rollout and misfire there on play number 1. I think sometimes you tend to write off division winners from bad divisions. They absolutely destroyed Philadelphia, and they played tough against Peerless Price, Corin Robinson. They put up a good fight against the Detroit Lions. So I know that sports don't really have moral victories. Rich Gannon, Curtis Martin, Patrick Washington in the backfield. Moral victories don't exist for people in sports. I understand that, but I think it says a lot about your team if you can play tough against the Lions. And hopefully the Lions can pick up a victory in San Francisco and head to the Super Bowl.
They're going with 2 tight ends.
So Detroit comes out, 2nd down and 10 from the 36. Deep drop for Ginn, and he had his man, but just overthrew him. That is not the play you're looking for. They've gone with 2 passes to that deeper far sideline.
And the other linemen respect that.
Warren Sapp.
The linebackers.
James Ferrier is the man who brings the hurt here.
The man.
Finally, Peter, the secondary.
Fred Smoot flies around the field and gets in receivers' faces.
Gets in receivers' faces. I think I have this usually a little louder on the Elgato.
3rd and 10. One man back.
All right, 3rd down and 10. Triple receiver set to the bottom. To the bottom side of the screen. He had it in and out of the hands. That is a very quick drive. That is not what we are. That's not what we like to see, and it's also not what we're really accustomed to seeing. We have seen some teams really milk the clock and work long drives. And that is 3 incomplete passes for the Detroit Lions, who have a Green Bay Packers punter. He's confused on the left there. That kick is away. Calling for the fair catch at the 20.5-yard line, and that is where Chicago will take over. Chicago maybe not the most dominant team, but definitely beating the teams that they are supposed to beat. Cordell Stewart, if I remember correctly, is their quarterback. We only saw them a couple of weeks ago against a pretty anemic Green Bay Packers team. That roster for Green Bay is unbelievably sad. Oh man, that's a hiccup. Can't believe that was not an interception.
Let's begin with the offensive line.
Lincoln Kennedy inspires his teammates to give it their all on every play.
Up now are the receivers.
Jimmy Smith adds a lot to this pack.
That's a really good receiving trio. Shannon Sharp, Amani Toomer, Jimmy Smith, Cordell Stewart with Jamal Lewis in the backfield.
Cordell Stewart sets the tempo in this.
Jeremy Allen's photo is so small for some reason.
168 yards and around a touchdown a game.
Back to the field now. Ball on the 20.
Why are they calling him out with his goose eggs? Stewart drops back and throws, finds a receiver, but it's in and out of his hands as well. Everybody forgot their hands on the bus. Marcellus Wiley.
Marcellus Wiley deserves our full attention, Dan. He and his squad need to put a lot of
good news is I feel more awake
today
for this recording than I did last week.
Followed by the linebackers.
Redskins linebacker knows whether it's a run or a pass.
Just
before
linebacker.
The rest do.
And lastly, the secondary.
Dwayne Starks disrupts pass attempts all day long.
Now back to the game. Third and 10.
So 3rd down and 10 from the shotgun. Cordell Stewart steps up, fires into a kind of a mess out there. A couple of receivers in the area, a few defenders in that area as well. But Gaffney comes up with a nice reception and a big play. And the first yards of the game on a 3rd down and 10. Stewart took kind of a late hit, but they're not going to call it.
He had him lined up just right.
Good job by Gaffney to fight through all the traffic, keep concentration on the ball, and pick up a big gain. 1st down and 10. Slow start to this one.
Ball at the 42-yard line.
Pitch to the outside. Jamal Lewis is going to lose 2 back to the 40-yard line. Excellent pursuit by the Detroit defense on that one.
Nowhere to run on the outside.
It's now 2nd and 12. Shotgun formation. Stewart from shotgun. Throws. Smith was the intended receiver, incomplete.
Cordell Stewart maybe should have thought twice before throwing into double coverage. That could have easily been picked off.
It's now 3rd and 12. Stewart from the gun. Throws. Stiff arms. The 40. 30. 20.
What an unbelievable play that was for the Chicago Bears. It looked like it was going to be a pass, another bad pass by Cordell Stewart. We take a look at the replay. Excellent job to break outside, find it, find the ball, make a man miss, stays in bounds. Unbelievable effort there. Chicago has gotten it down to a 3rd down and 10 plus, and then that's when they decide to explode on offense.
The Bears have a first after the big pass on that last play.
2 minutes gone here in quarter number 1.
After the big game.
1st down and 10, just outside the 20-yard line. Cordell Stewart with a short drop, fires to Jimmy Smith. It's caught, and that is a touchdown. Wow, what a play.
Good thing too, because he scored a touchdown off of it.
Yeah, can you imagine if he'd have lost it? Boy, that would have been a heartbreaker. Murray lines up for the point after. It's away. The extra point is good. The Bears put the first points on the board, 7-0. Kick it away.
7-0 here in Detroit. Chicago with one of the weirder drives we've seen. About, what, 3 good plays, 3 explosive plays. That got them the touchdown, and that was all they needed.
Dan, they allowed the touchdown, and now it's their turn to answer right back. Let's see if they can do it.
Ball on the 19.
Maybe this is the nice part of the field. I think I'm going to keep you here for a while.
They go with the I formation.
All right. From the 19, the Detroit Lions down 7. Opportunity to respond. Based on their previous drive, I don't have high hopes. But a good job to stay on the ground this time. Pick up 3 and get that clock moving a little bit. By the time they snap this next, by the time they snap the ball this next down, they will have already used more time on this drive than they did their previous drive.
I formation. Gannon fades back.
Gannon dropping back, fires deep. Deep near sideline, and it's 3rd down and 7. Wanted the world and overshot it. Just an awful start here for Rich Gannon, 0 for 4. And it's again a 3rd down and long.
It's 3rd and about 7.
Seems like he just has no rhythm, no connection with any of these receivers.
They line up with 4 wideouts.
Go with the play action pass, throws out to the flat. It's caught, and we're going to call that incomplete. So 4th down and 7. Gannon goes to 0 for 5 on the day. They picked up 3 yards on the run, and they have 5 total incompletions for their 6 offensive plays minus the punt. They will bring it out for their 2nd punt.
Bidwell comes in to punt after a 3 and out.
Bidwell gets it away, and there's going to be a fair catch called immediately. It's going to have even better field position at the 40-yard line. Detroit really wasted great a really great kickoff return
Crouch was the contributor for his
on the
team
first
last
drive.
Let's see what he does this time out.
And that was the difference in field position.
Ball on the 40.
Otherwise, Chicago's looking at a couple of possessions to start right near the 40 instead of one that's at the 40 and the other one that's around the 20-yard line. Stewart from the shotgun. We go with a delayed handoff, and Jamal Lewis somehow falls forward or gets knocked forward for a gain of 3. Second down and 7.
7 yards to go.
It's second and about 7 yards.
Stewart dropping back, fires to, I believe that's Jimmy Smith again. Nice pickup there. Sets him up with a 1st and 10. And that should be in Detroit territory.
Watch this. Right by the defender.
Very good coverage, Peter. Let me ask you, how hard is it to defend against a pass like that?
Oh, it's really hard. He played it right. It was just too good of a throw.
Ball at the 46-yard line.
22 receptions, 253 yards, and a long of 46 for Smith this season. 1st down and 10 from the 46-yard line of Detroit. Quick pass for Cordell Stewart again, and a couple opportunities that the Detroit Lions have missed. That's probably more realistically the correct thing that would happen, or the natural thing that would happen would just be a deflection. But Detroit definitely missed a drive on the ball on the first drive. It could have been a huge interception, maybe even an interception touchdown. Stewart's left a couple of them short. Second down. Another short drop. They're going to call a penalty flag on this play. Not really sure what that's going to be, but it's a nice reception. Wow, they're going to call pass interference. They'll decline the penalty. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line.
Ball at the 34-yard line.
5 for 9, 104 yards and a touchdown for Cordell Stewart. Stewart drops back, throws off his back foot, and that was just a disastrous play. Not sure who had their hands on it, but didn't seem like it was the correct player or the player you would want to have a hands on it. 2nd and 10 following the incompletion.
2nd and 10. They line up with 3 wideouts. Stewart from the gun.
Stewart deep drop off his back foot, throws over the middle. A terrific one-handed grab by Jimmy Smith. He's going to pick up 7 over the middle. That might be the final play of the quarter. I kind of doubt it, but could be. They're going to rush to the line to make sure they get the one more play off. The crowd roars to life, chanting defense. And with 4 seconds left, they snap the ball. Lewis off the left side of the line. He is all the way down to the 14 or just inside the 15-yard line before he is tackled. Bears up 7 and driving. The Lions have looked lost and confused with 3 total yards on 2 possessions. 124 yards for the Bears, who look a lot better here on this second drive. The first one, you look at it, maybe a little bit of a fluke. It was 3 big plays and a lot of nothing in between those big chunk plays. But the second drive has been more consistent. That's what you're looking for, just improve.
Toomer in motion. Lewis with the
Lewis finds a little room. He'll pick up 3. 2nd down and 7.
Went with the draw between the left guard and tackle and picked up a handful.
Ball at the 12-yard line.
Stewart hands the ball off up the middle. They'll give him a gain of 1. As Lewis is helped to his feet. It's 3rd down and 6.
It's now 3rd and 6.
Pitch to the outside. Detroit is all over it. Now dropping for a massive loss of 5. 4th and 11 coming up, and likely a field goal try.
Smart play. Brilliant read of the offense, as we'll see right here. That's a great tackle, Dan.
Oh, I totally agree, Peter. They're really running the table out there and forced a tough 4th down. Murray lines up for the field goal. It's up.
Good snap, good hold, good kick. Detroit up by 10, and a big stand by the Detroit defense to keep this a touchdown and field goal game, 2-score game, but the easier combination of the two.
Without question, Peter. You know,
I guess it could be, well, no, 2-field goal game would be a 1-score game. Never mind.
For him,
Never
comes
mind.
down to the ball and the uprights. The Bears make it a
Also, I did have a bit of an
two-score
audio
game,
issue
now
with
up 10-0.
when I was doing Food Truck Simulator. Hopefully nothing happens, because I did record a couple of videos after that, and it seemed to be okay, but I think it just might have been a little glitch on the computer. So if it does go like it's squeaky or whatever it is, I am sorry.
Dragged down at the 17-yard line.
Not a great run back there. 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. Gannon has got to get something going here. They have 3 total yards on 8 plays.
Ball downfield.
Ball on the 17.
Oh, you like that? You'll back up against the wall.
Gannon fades back.
Gannon, short drop, fires, and finds a receiver. He's up the near sideline. It's a foot race. 21's got a shot to catch him, but can he? 30, 20, and he'll get kind of forced out of bounds by a pack of Bears. Where was that play? That's the 9th play they've run on offense. They finally get something. It's a huge gain.
The Lions have a first after the big pass on that last play. Price wide right, and we'll see if he can repeat.
Kind of the
his
type of game
performance
we've
from the
seen,
last
though.
play.
It's just one of these,
Gannon,
just a couple of explosive plays here or there. Neither offense particularly consistent. See if that gets the Lions into a little bit of a rhythm. Good follow-up play there. A gain of 7 to Robinson. 2nd down and 3 as we approach the 2-minute warning.
It's 2nd and about 3.
It's taking it short, baby. Watch for the run. Oh, double tight, double tight.
Gannon fades back.
Gannon drops back and fires. It's intercepted. Oh, Rich Gannon throws a massive interception, and he's going to get forced out of bounds by Rich Gannon. Terrific blocking on the return there. Gave him a shot to... Oh my goodness. Gave him a shot at maybe getting that all the way back to the house.
Peter, fantastic defensive play that turns into a fantastic offensive play. You know, that is a real genius working the field there.
Absolutely, Dan. Boy, I tell you what, Dan, if they can get another score before the half, they could take a commanding lead. Big drive right here.
Ball at the 39-yard line.
Massive turnover. Even a field goal there is helpful. One step drop back for Cordell Stewart. Some Lions lagging on the back end, and he'll be down at the 12-yard line. Another huge offensive play for the Chicago Bears, who doesn't feel like this is ever really their bread and butter. They usually play good defense, have a good running game, and the passing game is... it leaves a lot to be desired, which feels like the nice way of saying that they suck at it.
Also thinking about where he'd like to run with it.
You know, like me kind of, Dan. You know, I'm talking, but I'm always thinking, can I say you can't coach that right here?
The Bears, after the big pass last play, will have
1st down and 10.
Gaffney will sit this play out
Right back in the red zone. Cordell Stewart pitches it. Lewis with all kinds of room to maneuver. He'll get pushed into the end zone, and we have a rout on our hands brewing. Detroit 16-0.
We'll really cap this play off.
Trailing to the Bears.
Stiff arm he threw out at the end. Watch this. He wanted it, he went for it, and he got it.
That's right, Peter. He knew he wanted a touchdown, and that stiff arm gave him the chance to make it happen.
And again, we see a big power run by Jamal Lewis where he gets tackled and just goes into the end zone. It falls forward for several yards.
It's away. The extra point.
Kick is up. Kick is good.
The Bears now have a comfortable lead in this one. The score, 17-0.
Scoring drive, 2 plays, 61 yards, 12 seconds.
Murray is back to kick it away. Good kick. Staley fields it deep.
Staley finds a little bit of room, but the Chicago Bears close that down quickly. It'll be first down and 10 from about the 25-yard line.
They've been having a tough time passing the ball today, Dan. They need to set up some short passes and work into the bigger ones this drive.
1:44 on the game clock.
Let's go, guys. Get the fans something to cheer for.
They line up with 2 wideouts. Gannon
From the 25, Gannon drops back, fires, and he's got a receiver. That's a nice catch.
have the first down.
Rich Gannon throws a homing missile on this play. Check this out. Totally threads the needle.
There are 2 defenders there, Peter, and there was definitely not a lot of room for error.
Oh, absolutely. There was not a lot of room for anything.
All on the 41.
First and 10 with the clock running out to the 41-yard line after the 16-yard gain. Short pass. That'll go for 4. Good second effort there by the receiver to pick up a few extra yards. And a good timeout usage there by the Lions. I think you would kind of flip it there. Use the timeout on the first play. It's a little bit of a bigger gain. And then see if you can hurry up to the line there on that second play after just a 4-yard gain. I don't think anybody got too far down the field in that one. Second down and 6. A short drop again by Gannon. Another short throw. That one incomplete. And a good incompletion for the Detroit Lions. You don't want to run the clock gaining little to no yards. You also don't want to burn a timeout on that same kind of gain or no gain. So an all right drop there. Third down and 6. Gannon throwing into double coverage, threaded the needle all the way down to the 41-yard line of the Bears. Good timeout by Detroit.
That's their second.
Rich Gannon, it's the bullseye on this baby. Check out this beauty. How did he
Got a
get
little
it?
lucky the number 42 went for the deflection. It kind of just pulled him out of the play.
More like 2 Shemps and a Curly Joe.
Oh, remember him.
But a nice catch by the Detroit Lions, and they are looking to make some ground up here. Down 3 scores. He's 5 for 12 for over 100 yards at 101. No touchdowns and a pick. Those are Gannon's stats. 2 receivers top side of your screen. Gannon throws over the middle, and it was nearly picked again. Lucky that he didn't have the hands to hold on to it.
Adjusted his route a bit and come back for that one, Dan.
The clock down to 58. They line up with 2 tight ends.
Second down and 10. Pitches to the outside. The Bears read it really well. First guy can't get him down, but the Bears rally to the ball carrier and drop him for a loss of 2. Third down and 12 from the 43-yard line, coming up with 53 seconds to go.
It's now 3rd and 12. Gannon drops back.
Cannon, short drop, long throw. Got him again going for the batted ball. That time he's going to slip away for a touchdown. Some really aggressive play on that back end for Chicago. It's burned him a couple of times, and that time he gets it for a touchdown.
Big score. Watch. A great catch, but I'll bet the defense didn't think he could turn it into a touchdown.
Wayne with a terrific individual effort there. And it's a touchdown for the Detroit Lions. That's a huge touchdown. The Lions, unfortunately, will have to kick the ball to the Bears. So they're still in a pretty precarious spot here. 45 seconds to work with before the half. But that's good. Put some points on the board. See if you can make some halftime adjustments. Make a bit of a comeback and make this one a little more interesting.
There's the kick. The extra point is good. The Lions cut it to a two-score game. They are currently trailing 17-7. Dawson sets up and will kick it away. There's the kick.
About a 2 yards deep in the end zone. He'll pick up 22 yards on the return, and we'll start at the 20-yard line. So here we go, half number 2. Oh, did we not get a halftime report?
They could take a commanding lead. Big drive right
Did I
here.
black out there for a second? Oh, it's not halftime yet. Oh, I'm so sorry. Holy moly. For some reason, okay. Yeah, I blacked out there a little bit. Just kind of got lost in a thought. I don't know why, for some reason, I thought that was halftime. Lewis with a huge run up past the 30, first down and 10. I'd take a timeout here. It was a really nice gain by Lewis on the ground.
Jamal Lewis obviously really wanted to get every yard. Watch this. Whoa! Tack on some frequent flyer mileage to this one, Dan.
He did what he had to, Peter. That leap made that huge gain possible. Ball at the 31-yard line.
Stewart rolls onside, fires. Pass across the middle of the field.
Like a warm blanket, baby. He didn't let nothing get through.
On the game clock. They line up with their tight end left. Stewart from shotgun.
Stewart throws out to the flat. He'll pick up some yards to the 40. He will run out of time. Okay, so now here we go. There is the halftime score, the actual real halftime score. Again, no idea what happened where I thought it was halftime anyway. Yeah, 17-7 our score. The Lions making it look a little more respectable. Very easily could be 17-10 without that turnover. You're starting to see the yards even out a little bit. At least it's not as bad as it was after quarter number 1. 8 for 14 for Cordell Stewart, 170 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Though he has left a couple balls short, and the Lions have not been able to take advantage of some of the mistakes.
Let's send you back to Dan and Peter.
Dawson gives the signal, and we're ready to start the second half. Kick is up.
Kick from the, return, from the 6-yard line, makes a man miss and falls forward to the 25, and that is where the Chicago Bears will take over. Up by 10 as we begin quarter number 3. For real this time, I'm not getting confused or tricked by the game.
They can add more on this drive.
Ball on the 25. Lewis with the ball. Good tackle by the third-year man out of Colorado.
Carried this one off his left guard, but there was
Chicago shouldn't be too afraid to maybe start working the clock a little bit. I know it's very early. Hopefully the game kind of registers it's closer toward the end of the third quarter.
It's 2nd and 9.
Instead of
Looks like they're going with the shotgun.
Instead of like the beginning of the third quarter, if that makes sense. Stewart with another handoff. Because ideally, you know, later stages, third quarter, you with a multi-score lead, you're feeling pretty good. At least try and run the clock down a little bit.
It's 3rd and about 7.
3rd and 7 with Cordell Stewart in the backfield. From the shotgun, 2 receivers to the top side of the screen. They'll take the snap, and they're going to go with yet another handoff. Lewis, who's been so good about falling forward and picking up some extra yards, gets pushed backwards. He gets limited to just a 4-yard gain, and that means that the Chicago Bears will punt the ball away on their opening drive of quarter number 3.
Turk will punt it away.
Turk, no punts so far today. Maybe. Nice adjustment as the ball came out a little to his right, but still got the kick away. He'll return it from the 29-yard line and run right up the sideline. Solid gain up past the 45 to about the 47. And Staley looks good returning the ball today.
And last time out, these guys went straight down the field for a touchdown. Let's see if they can repeat that performance.
All at the 47-yard line.
We got the position, baby. Let's execute.
Riemersma goes in motion. Gannon fades back.
Gannon fires and finds a receiver, and they are just look like they are picking on number 21 over there. That was actually number 30. Thought I saw a 1 on that, but again, the Lions, they get... Okay, they actually did pick on number 21. I don't know if it was a zone defense that they called the perfect play against. Number 30 maybe a little aggressive trying to get to the ball. Overran the receiver there, and there was no help on the back end. Detroit scored 2 touchdowns on 2 pretty big plays, and it's a 3-point game with this point after try if it's good. Kick is up, kick is good. John Kitna sighting.
The Lions cut it close. It's still anybody's game. The score, 17-14.
One play, 53 yards and 8 seconds off the clock.
Dawson lines up, signals, and we're ready for the kickoff. Nice kick.
2 yards deep. He'll run it back out to the 15. Gets past the guy at the 20, but gets knocked backwards at the 22-yard line. So pretty nice run back. We'll see if this Detroit defense can hold, and if this Chicago Bears offense gets maybe a little more aggressive. Now only up 3, and their defense has given up 14 unanswered points. Feels like a big possession. Stewart dropping back, turns around, fires. It's Jimmy Smith yet again, all the way up to the 42-yard line. Nice reception there, and it's first down.
Nice completion here. Take a look. There's the throw right in between the numbers.
He had them lined up just right, and they connected for a decent game. Ball at the 42-yard line.
4 receptions, 59 yards, average of 14.7 a catch. 1 touchdown for Smith on the day. Stewart, catch and release immediately. They're going to give him a first down. Another reception for Jimmy Smith, and a great effort to look like he kind of just, I don't know if it was intentional or if the animation just kind of kicked in weirdly, but he did stretch that ball over the line to gain as you see him fall there. And it's yet again another fresh set of downs.
Terrific job by the receiver.
Ball on the 48. They line up in the I. Stewart drops back.
Stewart throws, and it's deflected. Nice defense. Nice defense there by the Detroit Lions. They knew right where Cordell Stewart wanted to go, and that was Jimmy Smith. Got a big paw on that one. And it's 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10.
James Trapp, 5 tackles, 2 tips on the day. Second and 10 from the logo. Cordell Stewart. Medium drop, fires over the middle and finds a completion down to the 36 or so. And I believe that is Shannon Sharp on the reception there. It is.
Homing missile on this play. Check this out. Totally threads the needle.
There are 2 defenders there, Peter, and there was definitely not a lot of room for error.
Oh, absolutely. There was not a lot of room for anything.
All at the 36-yard line. Tight end is lined up on the right side.
Stewart with one back. Kind of a short drop, and again going to Jimmy Smith, and Jimmy Smith making another nice catch. A lot of the receivers are beating the defenders who were trying to get a hand up to bat the ball down and maybe try to pick it off. That animation just makes them stand completely still. Easy to get around that defender and get up the field for some extra yards. I think it's pretty important that Detroit holds this offense to just a field goal attempt. 88 yards on the day for Smith so far. Plenty of time for him to eclipse the century mark. Stewart with a one-step drop, catch and release. Smith bounces off a defender and spins his way for 6. Touchdown, Bears. Terrific response drive right there. That's what you want to see. They give it up 14 in a row. Good to see them put a touchdown drive together before it's too little too late.
Murray will line up for the point after. It's away. The extra point, good.
Oh, wow.
The Bears have extended their lead and make it a 2-score game. They're up 24-14. This one away. It's away.
The kick is away.
Staley gets it deep.
Staley, does he have another nice return in him? He's got an alright one in him. Not to the 25-yard line. Nothing crazy, but nothing terrible either.
They're down a bit, but they have plenty of time to work with. Okay, that being said, they would love to put some points on the board on this drive and keep it from getting away from them.
Ball on the 25.
Everybody's watching. It's time to shine.
Gannon throws into double coverage, and that time they get a hand up and knock it down. 2nd down and 10. And that's another throw that we've seen by these quarterbacks. They're just they look a little low, a little short. It's a great defensive play, but you want to see that a little more air under it. But on the Chicago side with Cordell Stewart, we've seen the throws a little short. With Rich Gannon, it feels like he's just hurling it as far as he possibly can. Deep drop, and that one's picked off. He could go all the way. It's 10-5. It'll be knocked out at the 1. Gannon is almost right on cue. I think threw that one short, and that was it. Good job jamming the receiver, throwing the timing of this route off. And just stuck his hands up, and that's a pick.
There, Peter. Field instincts are absolutely crucial, but don't forget, you also need the physical ability to get the ball, too.
Well, they had success running the ball last time out. Let's see if that trend continues right here.
It's first and goal.
Come on, D, stay on your feet. We need to stop.
They have two receivers in. With the carry, forces through.
Stop him short here. Interesting. Interesting. 24-14 our score at the end of the third quarter. The Bears knock it on the door for more points after another turnover.
24-14.
Nothing on the ground for the Detroit Lions. 11 first downs for the Bears. It's been all Bears. The Detroit Lions made it interesting. I thought this game was going to get good. It did for a minute, and then it just gave up.
It's second and goal.
Hands the ball off yet again. He'll get inches. Setting up a third down and goal about a half yard from the end zone, maybe even just a quarter yard from the goal line.
Third and goal. And two tight ends in.
Third down and goal. One receiver. We're going to toss it outside. Untouched dives in. And it is 30-14. Not that long ago, this was a 3-point game. Chicago has taken over and crushed the Detroit Lions' hopes and dreams. Looking like
that is something, Peter. Diving forward and getting the touchdown like that.
If he's got any bruised ribs or anything at all he's got to do is look at the scoreboard, and those aches will melt right away.
Murray lines up for the point after.
Looking like a top contender here in the NFC. It would be interesting to see if the Bears play the Cardinals this season.
There's the kick.
Kick is up. Kick is good.
The Bears now have a comfortable lead in this one. The score, 31-14.
3 plays, 1 yard, 1 minute off the clock.
Murray lines up for the kickoff. Nice kickoff. Minor catches it.
And the first guy missed. Got it up to the 21-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to work with, but did a good job to at least give average starting field position. At least where you would bare minimum want to be on a kickoff like that, the 20-yard line. Gannon, short drop, throws over the middle, finds a receiver for a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. It'll be second down and 6.
Completed, but there was not a lot of room to work with. Maybe a couple there.
Ball on the 25.
Gannon with a couple of touchdowns, but a couple of interceptions. 200 yards on the day. They're going to go with a play action pass. Throws it in between double coverage. That's a bold play, especially with the way Gannon's interceptions have looked and some of the tips that he's had. They rush to the line in a hurry-up offense. Gannon, again, where there's a couple of defenders. Nice job to find the open receiver. A good job on the back end to get out of bounds. Trying to at least keep some kind of hope here, but 17-point deficit yet again. Whittled it all the way down to 3 and then just collapsed.
Ball on the 37.
Peerless Price, 4 receptions. Looking good today. First and 10 inside the 40. Like a free rusher, and he found an open man. It's Shannon Sharp on the sideline. Huge gain, and it looked like it was a free rusher for the Detroit Bears. For the Chicago Bears.
Aggressively goes after this. Oh, man.
Oh,
He
yeah.
shows great
Oh, it's
reflexes
Walker.
there, leaning out to grab that
Wait, do
pass.
Well, some
Shannon
receivers
Sharp
would be
and
forced
Walker
to
wear the same
dive for
number?
the ball like that,
Yep.
but he manages to get under the ball. Fantastic play. Ball at the 10-yard line.
I think it is Sterling Sharp wearing 84. And then I saw Shannon Sharp.
Throws.
Rolls and fires. It's incomplete.
Incomplete.
Well, that's a very rare incompletion from a guy who's been carrying the entire team on his throwing arm this drive.
Second and 10.
Second and 10. From just outside the 10. Gannon, short drop. Floats in. It's picked again.
On 20.
Third interception of the day. Coleman might be your player of the game. I think that's his second.
Marcus Coleman stretches out for this one. Watch this bit of athleticism. Well, they get another shot at scoring here, but I tell you, I just sit on the ball, take as much time as possible on this drive. This game is theirs.
Ball on the 22. Lewis will run it. Nice run by the third-year man out of Tennessee.
5-yard gain on 1st and 10. They should just take this clock all the way down. Couple first downs, and the Bears will walk away with a victory here in Detroit.
Ball at the 27-yard line. They go with the I formation. Sharp in motion.
Going with a pitch play to the outside. They'll drop him for a loss of 4.
First stop of the game.
3rd down and 9. They'll run it all the way down to the 2-minute warning. So a good drive
Key stop behind the line of scrimmage.
regardless.
Stops the play call.
They'll take a bunch of time off the clock, and that's what you're looking for at this stage of the game.
Out there. I gotta tell you, quick enough to get past the line, and then tough enough to bring down his man. We've reached the 2-minute warning.
No reason for the Bears to run it, or no reason for the Bears to pass it here. Just run the ball, run it down to 1:20, punt it if you have to.
It's 3rd and 9.
Third and 9. Lewis with a nice run there. Ooh, they'll take a timeout. Gross.
Well, perhaps
I
around
appreciate
3
that the
yards there.
Chicago
They are
Bears listened to
definitely
what I
short for
wanted
the
or
first
needed.
down.
I don't appreciate that the Lions think that they're still in this game.
Kirk comes in to punt after a 3-and-out. It's off.
Off the foot, immediately calling for a fair catch.
The fair catch.
From the 34, the Detroit Lions.
Another turn at offense for this group. And
Pardon me, we'll take one
unfortunately,
last
this game is
crack
pretty
at the
much
end
over.
zone.
They should just try and get some yards and for respect at this point.
1:50 on the game clock. Cannon from the gun. Throws.
Overthrew his man and almost threw another pick. He's already thrown 3 today.
Put it where he's going to be.
And that's what we've seen. We've seen a little bit of a mix from Gannon. Early on, he was overthrowing everybody. On some of the interceptions, he was a little short, and now he's back to missing his targets by a large margin.
Cannon fades back. Throws.
Gannon in between double coverage. He's been testing that been testing that coverage pretty consistently.
Walker almost fumbles that one away, but keeps his cool and keeps possession.
Yeah, he stayed very focused, making sure he did not lose the football.
Great concentration.
Ball on the 48.
Javon Walker, 54 yards on the day. Gannon with a roll. Stops, pops, finds a receiver, and it's a nice completion. The Detroit Lions with like their third or fourth really solid drive. The problem is 2 of them so far have ended in interceptions.
By the defender.
Very good coverage, Peter. Let me ask you, how hard is it to defend against a pass like that?
Oh, it's really hard. He played it right. It was just too good of a throw.
Ball at the 38-yard line. Gannon drops back, throws. He's brought down, but it appears that they are inches past the markers, and indeed they are. First down. The Lions take a timeout. That's their final one.
Final timeout of the day as we wait for this replay to begin. The Lions have shown a little... They've shown some signs of life, but a kind of a slow start there really gave them trouble, falling down 17-0, but a terrific job to cut it down to 3. Gannon's just been a turnover, or Gannon, not just, but Gannon has been a bit of a turnover machine in that backfield. 3 interceptions for Coleman. Did not realize all 3 of them went to Coleman. For as much success as they've had at picking on number 21, the double of 21, which is 42, has 3 picks. 10, 5, he's into the end zone for a touchdown to make the score a little more respectable at a 10-point deficit, point after pending.
Right here, he makes a nice catch, and then things get going.
Into the end zone for a big touchdown. This guy is a real offensive threat.
You can't coach that.
Is that like his catchphrase or something?
Dawson will line up for the point after. It's up. He adds the extra point.
Kick is up, kick is good.
The Lions take advantage of an important drive, but they still need more. They trail 31-21.
5 plays, 66 yards, 25 seconds off the clock. They will go for the onside kick here.
Dawson will attempt the onside kick here. It's off.
Oh wow, they caught it just straight away.
Cover up the onside attempt. Great hands by the receiving team.
First and 10. Might get one timeout here, but they should be able to run the clock out. Minimal problem.
Pound it out and take time off the clock.
1:24 on the game clock. He'll take a knee, and the clock will wind down.
2 on the play. Second down. 12 yards to go.
The Detroit Lions make me think of Home Improvement, which makes me think of that incredible clip about the Dana Carvey show, where it's like a commercial ad for an episode of Home Improvement so powerful it hits home. I don't want to die, Dad, or something like that, and then it's like the Diet Mug Root Beer, Dana Carvey show, or Diet Mug Root Beer presents the Dana Carvey show. It is the funniest. It's such an unintentionally funny situation. They show people who are like genuinely reacting emotionally to this like very powerful commercial for like, you know, an out of the ordinary episode for a sitcom. That's like typically what you get from that. Oh my, it is so funny. Anyway, Detroit loses by 10. Hopefully they can beat the San Francisco 49ers, and that is where we're going to go next. We're going to check out the 49ers. Actually, we're going to New Orleans. So we get a couple of new teams. We get to visit them in their home stadiums. We're going dome to dome today. Lions to the Saints, or Detroit to New Orleans. Then we'll be out in the cold in Pittsburgh as the Colts take on the Steelers. Pretty interesting, pretty good game there between the Bears and the Lions.
Thanks for joining us here on the ESPN postgame show.
And you can see there, they actually overtook them in total yards. Everything through the air, but 3 disastrous turnovers. I mean, even if you just take 1 or 2 of those turnovers away, you have a really good shot at trying to pull this game out. Marcus Coleman, unsurprisingly, your player of the game. No tips, 2 tackles, no sacks, but 3 huge interceptions.
Make sure you tune into the weekly wrap-up for the entire weekend scores, highlights, and insight. I'm Clark Dishman. We'll see you then.
All right, let's get out of here. We'll get on a plane and head down to New Orleans. I forget that I don't have to do that. Saints. Wait, hold on. Can I? I was hoping you could like put them in fun uniforms, but we won't worry about that. Saints 49ers, that's game number 2. The 49ers, the other half of the NFC equation. They're overall the 31st ranked team in this one, but they have the 6th ranked rushing offense. I'll match up against the Saints, who are 22nd overall.
As a result, they could be in for a long day. So let's see how it plays out in New Orleans with Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe.
Welcome. It's the
This one is not a good game. It's not a great matchup of teams. Not a matchup of great teams, but there weren't a ton. If we could try to cycle in some of the new teams, that's always helpful.
Will Shields comes into this one with a real fire in his belly. He does not like it when his QB goes down, so don't hold your breath for him to give up a sack. And warming up over here is the man that can play the same kind of high-level game. Ronald McKinnon comes in showing a knack for knowing when the play is going to be a run and when it's going to be a pass. Defensively this season, he's averaged 5 tackles and a sack every 3rd game or so.
Thanks, Peter. Let's go midfield, where the team captains are ready for the coin toss.
We want tails.
Tails is called. Tails it is.
The 49ers elect to receive the kickoff.
All right, game number 2 about to get underway here. It's New Orleans ready to kick off.
Longwell will kick it off.
We have another helmet logo in the middle of the field.
There's the kick.
And the voice is already losing it here, and we're 1 game in. He took that 5 yards deep of the end zone, and he will pay for it. It's not that bad, actually. He's up to the 17 or 18 yard line. New Orleans Saints just missed the playoffs this season. You flip that Green Bay New Orleans result earlier in the season, where Derek Carr left with an injury, and Green Bay was able to bounce a comeback. You have the Saints taking on the Cowboys rather than the Packers taking on the Cowboys. And that is a wild thing to think about.
This pass, but he gets the job done. Right there. See how he turns around and makes the grab? He barely misses a step.
Well, a throw like that is tough to snare, Peter, but he takes it in stride.
Indeed he does.
Ball at the
Good start for the San Francisco 49ers offense. Cameron Cleveland. Not a ton of receptions, but might have come up big on that last play. I don't know if they're highlighting the same player that just had the ball, but would be smart if they did. That is a terrific 8-yard run. He got tackled from behind, it looked like, and just bowled the man over in front of him. Picked up 8, and it's 2nd down and 2. Have we had the 49ers on yet?
It's 2nd and 2.
And oh, we did. We had them back in week number 2, where they played the Denver Broncos. So we have the penalty marker down. It's probably going to be a pass interference on the defense. It is indeed pass interference. We'll likely see this one declined, as it was a pretty nice play up to the New Orleans 46-yard line.
Ball on the 46.
Penalties this season, 2.5 a game for about 33 yards.
They go with one man back.
Pitch to the outside and a nice defensive adjustment there. A good job to fight through the line on top of it. Take a look at the offensive line for the San Francisco 49ers after the loss. The guy on the left, Mark Tasher, looks like he's about 12.
Rod Smith,
Eddie Kinnison, Cameron Cleveland.
Catches a game.
Last but not least,
And we have a Michael Vick sighting. Kevin Barlow, Fred Beasley in the backfield with him.
Through the air this season, he's averaged 116 yards.
Michael
and
Vick
just
out
under
of-
a touchdown a game.
Okay,
You go to
back the
Virginia
action.
Tech.
Ball at the 49-yard line. High formation. Barlow.
2nd and 13 following the loss. He's not going to pick up
Third and long.
much
Peter
on
Fletcher
that one. He'll
down
pick up
the
1 yard
safety
that he
position.
lost. It's
A
3rd
first
down
is the
and
defensive
12.
line.
Jason Taylor on the end there.
To the offensive line all game long.
Only one man with hair on that
Up now
defensive
are the
line.
linebackers.
Patrick Kearney takes excellent angles to the ball out there.
And last but not least, we have the secondary.
Ray
shatters
Buchanan
his receiver like he's glued
on the
to
back
him.
end
Let's
for the
get
Saints.
back to the game.
This kind of drive here that we're looking at from San Francisco, 2+ minutes off the clock. This is a little more normal to what we see in this game. Maybe not the first drive of the game, but a first possession for either team
Vick drops back.
can go quite long. That is a fantastic catch and a great job to get up the field, pick up the first down, and a couple extra yards. Nice throw by Michael Vick there.
Sends a telegram to his man for the completion. Take a look. There's the throw. Right
Ball was
to
out
it.
of the hand before, ball was out of his hand before he had even turned to look for it. Excellent connection and completion. That'll keep this drive moving with a first down and 10.
Ball on the 34. They're going with Dion.
Tight formation here for the San Francisco 49ers. They're going to go with a handoff. They'll try that again. A nice run. He's going to do a terrific job to bounce outside. He makes everybody miss inside the 10-yard line with all those missed tackles. And that is a 1st and goal for the San Francisco 49ers. An absolutely fantastic play right there. Do you think he's going to be kind of bottled up right there? Nope. Breaks the tackle, makes another man miss, and only lucky. Or actually, the Saints very lucky there that he was pushed out of bounds or forced out of bounds.
The 49ers have a first down. It's their
14 stands, 3 touchdowns, 9 field goals. It's really good for a New Orleans, or for any defense. Oh, Barlow, going to hand it right back up the middle. Saints have been a little interesting on as far as the run game's been concerned. They've given up a couple of bigger plays, but then they're able to get a little bit of a loss. They just haven't been able to get off this field as we approach 4 minutes on this drive. Second down and goal. Vick calls for a shift. Going with a fullback run. Get your fullbacks involved. just like Miles Dawkins 247 does, or Coach Dawkins, depending on which of his YouTube channels you subscribe to. The man makes good content.
It's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal here. Just inside the 5. Split back set. Receivers on either side of the formation. They're going to go with a handoff. He bounces left side. Dives into the end zone for 6. Barlow pays off the drive in the end zone. And that is a 4.5-minute drive to open this game.
Didn't want to be caught short, so look at this nifty move. Whoa.
Oh, that is something, Peter. Diving forward and getting the touchdown like that.
If he's got any bruised ribs or anything at all he's got to do is look at the scoreboard, and those aches will melt right away.
Conway lines up for the point after. It's away. The extra point, good.
Kick up, kick good, and we have a 7-0 San Francisco lead.
The 49ers strike first in the game, 7-0. Conway is back to kick it away. Strong
The kick is away.
Dane fields this one.
2 yards deep in his own end zone. He gets it up to the 20-yard line. They'll give him forward progress out near the 21. And we will finally take a look at this New Orleans Saints offense.
Well, let's see if
For the first time this season.
With a touchdown of their own here.
San Francisco not looking like a team that has a bad record at all. I mean, a terrific drive down the field.
They're going with their
You look at a quarterback, number 10.
in motion.
Eli Manning is the first guy that kind of pops in my head, but this game might be a little old even for him. Blows up the first guy, but gets tackled by the second. They'll pick up 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Quarter number 1 coming to a close here. 7-0 San Francisco.
It's the end of the first quarter. The 49ers currently enjoying a slight advantage, but it's anybody's game, 7-0.
Wow. What a discrepancy. One play for New Orleans in the first quarter of that game, or of this game.
2nd and 8.
Bring it down to nowhere, baby. Yeah. Double tight.
Green fades back.
Oh, Trent Green. Okay.
Incomplete. Peter, let's run down the Saints offense. First up, the offensive line.
Will
He does not get off to a good start with an incomplete pass on his first attempt of the day.
Next up are the receivers.
Keenan McCardell.
Keenan
can break the
McCardell,
game wide
Peter
open when
Warwick,
he gets the ball. So far this
Mark
season,
Bruner.
he's averaged 68 yards on 5 catches a game.
Finally, here's the general and his next in command.
Lorenzo
Neal, Ron Dane.
Punch. On the ground this season, he's averaged 1 yard on 2 carries a game.
Back to the field now.
Hey,
3rd and 8.
eyes open. Eyes open. Watch the pass.
They have 4 receivers in. Green
3rd down and 8 with a triple set to the bottom side of the formation. I think that caused a little bit of confusion for the San Francisco defense. He kind of just ran up about 5 yards, sat down, waited for the ball to get there. Bam.
There's the catch. Shy of the first.
And those other receivers kind of took the defenders out of the area. Really nice play design by New Orleans to convert on a 3rd down and long. And that's important because their defense was on the field for such a long time. And we don't typically see back-to-back long drives. Usually the defenses do a good job of making some adjustments, making it more difficult for the offense to repeat that process. But you still don't want to give them the opportunities. They'll stick with the running game here on 1st and 10, and they'll pick up 1.
The 49ers. First up, the defensive line.
Robert Porcher shows
Leon
tremendous
Lett.
heart, and the other linemen respect that.
Next up are the linebackers.
Ronald McKinnon is the man who brings the hurt here.
Finally, Peter, the secondary.
Corey Fuller blazes up and down the field
Antoine
and stays
Edwards.
in hot pursuit, baby.
Now back to the game. Ball at the 35-yard line.
Don't get made things. What's the third and long? Force it.
They line up in the eye. Dane with the
Going with a run. Nice job to make the first guy miss, but everybody rallied to the ball nicely on the San Francisco side.
As well, and it's because
And they'll keep him to no gain, maybe a small loss, but it'll remain
they gotta put something
9
together if they wanna run the
yards.
ball.
They need 9, but it'll remain that they need 9 yards for the first down. Third and
It's
9.
3rd and 9.
Free and gone.
The distance stays the same, but the down changes. I'm trying to find a way to say that cleverly, but when you're tall, hot, and dumb, it's sometimes a little tricky. They wanted the same sort of concept on that play that they did on the previous third down and long that they had. Run your receiver. Even if you run short of the line, you get the ball out quick. Hope that the routes take some defenders away. He makes a move, maybe able to pick up a first down, but much better tackling there and a good recognition by the San Francisco defense to make sure they don't give up that play twice on the same drive. 4th and 7 after a 2-yard gain. That is going to bring out the punting unit.
There's the punt. Saraway fields the fair catch.
Good drive last time they had the ball, Dan, as they march down into the end zone. Let's see if they can make it deja vu all over again.
Ball on the 19.
That's my ball. You give us back my ball.
3 wide receivers
It's my
on
ball.
the field. Barlow with the ball.
Oh, there's looked like that was going to be a much better run than it was. Found a nice gap there on the right side of the line, but a good rally by New Orleans prevents a big run. Instead, it's just a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. We're already halfway through quarter number 2.
2nd and about 7 yards.
Both teams have done a nice job keeping this clock moving, especially after how slow of a start we got off to in the previous game. Vic hands off again. They're going to try the left side. Excellent job to stay on his feet. He's up to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. He is in a foot race. Number 97 is going to get him and knock him down or out of bounds. At the, what was it, the 36-yard line? Not even really that great of a block. The running back ran right into him. That second one was a little better. What a run by Barlow. As they stay on the ground all the way to the 2-minute warning.
The 49ers have a first after the big run on that last play. Barlow lines up to the left side after the big gain last play.
1st and 10. Vic throws and finds a receiver down to the 21-yard line. It's number 80, and that is Smith. Coming up with a catch there. I was like looking, waiting for him to
Perfect throw. He couldn't help
show
but catch it.
show his back.
Special delivery.
And the receiver didn't even have to sign for it.
Ball at the 21-yard line.
Just outside the 20, they go with a pitch play.
Smith comes up with the stop. His
Saints
third
have
this
been
afternoon.
shockingly uneven with their run defense. They've forced them for a few losses here and there. They've also just given up monster runs to this team.
Barlow with the carry.
They'll go right right back to him. Barlow will creep inside the 20-yard line.
Only a couple of yards. The 49ers take their first
49ers take their first timeout.
Off his right guard, and he got a couple, but there's still a way to go to move the chains. But they're going to need more than a half-hearted arm tackle to put him down.
Vic drops back, finds a receiver who gets inside the 10, spins out of bounds at the 8-yard line.
First down.
Rod Smith really comes through.
Rod Smith. Okay, I knew I should have known that name. I was
He
like,
gets the pass
Smith.
there, and he knows he's short.
I see 80. I think Isaac Bruce.
Player who does not settle for almost.
Yeah, he is. He's 80. Tim Brown's 81.
1 minute on the game clock.
Good job to step out of bounds. Save your team a timeout. Pitch to Barlow. Barlow's going to get taken down after a very small gain. San Francisco will use their second timeout. 56 seconds to go here in the second quarter. These are about the only clock stoppages we've had. The 2-minute warning, the out-of-bounds play, and timeouts. 3 tackles on the day for Corey Hall already.
They line up with a split backfield.
Second and goal. Barlow again gets through a couple of defenders, but they finally knock him down at the 2-yard line.
Kevin Barlow made a nice run, and it all hinges on this.
Barlow again looks like he's going to be stopped at the goal line. Looks like he's going to be bottled up and then falls forward for even more.
Third and goal.
Vic dropping back, throws to the end zone, wide open. It's incomplete. I was going to put my hands up for touchdown, but it's incomplete. The Saints defense holds. He couldn't have been more open. He just stepped out of bounds. Couldn't get the toe tap down. That is exactly what you're looking for. Unbelievable that he was not able to come down with that ball.
The clock is down to 48. Conway lines up for the field goal.
For some reason, he's wearing gloves indoors. Kick is up, kick is good. And it's 10-0 San Francisco. That is a huge play for this New Orleans Saints defense, who again gives up a big, long drive. I didn't think it was going to happen
He
again.
was tossing a crumpled piece of paper into a wastebasket. The 49ers
Usually the defenses do a good job, and it wasn't even really that they did a good job to prevent the touchdown. They just got very lucky. It's 10-play, 79-yard drive, 2 minutes gone, 7.9-yard average per play.
This is returnable.
2 yards deep, he'll get up to the 5 to the 10. That's the 20, and that's where he'll be met, pushed forward to the 23-yard line. And it's first down.
First down, Saints.
Dan, this drive is a great opportunity for them to climb back into this game before halftime.
Ball at the 23-yard line.
Let's go, guys. Get the fans something to cheer for. We got it,
Green comes back.
Green drops back and finds a receiver, makes a little stutter step move past the 40 into 49ers territory after the big gain. Maybe just short of 49ers territory.
McCardell makes the catch and quickly upgrades that play from coach to first class. There's the reception.
A couple of defenders' hitboxes got in there in each other's way, kind of took themselves out of the play there. I think they're actually going to be just short of 49er territory. Gets out of bounds, saves the team a timeout, and keeps 36 seconds on the clock.
Ball on the 48.
Two yards shy of midfield.
Green fades back.
Green drops back, fires. Nice catch up to the 49ers 45-yard line. Second down and 3, and the first time out of the half is used by the New Orleans Saints.
The clock shows 29 seconds left.
Keep an eye on the backfield. Watch for the run. Double take.
Dane will run it.
Dane spun around and drilled after a short gain, 3rd and 2.
That's their second.
Second timeout used by New Orleans. 3rd and 2 coming up.
Any penetration up front. That's leaving no gaps for that ball carrier.
It's 3rd and 2.
Fill the gap. Fill the gap.
Green drops back.
Green drops back, and it's
Ball's incomplete.
caught,
Green
bobbled,
showed his
and
arm strength on
dropped.
that
The
pass,
hit
but he
jarred
needs
it
to ease
loose.
up and show a little more touch, I'd say.
We'll see what the New Orleans Saints want to do here.
Going for it on 4th and
I like this call here. 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions already, over 1,000 yards. 22 seconds to go here. 4th down and 2. You don't need a ton, but that didn't do it. I think they lost half a yard, maybe a full yard,
unsuccessful.
and that was a bad play. I don't love the stretch runs in that scenario. It's not even game specific. I just don't like that kind of a play.
Well, that didn't
But I do
work
like the
at all.
aggression by
What do you
New
think of that
Orleans.
call?
Should have punted. That was a big stop for this defense.
19 seconds.
Here, Dan. Let's see what they do.
I don't know that San Francisco has any timeouts remaining. I think they used them all before they scored that field goal. So New Orleans might get a little lucky. They're going to go with a run play.
Nice tackle by the 6-year man out of Arizona State.
And New Orleans will get, I don't know if it's lucky, but
On that first down, they left absolutely no
they won't give up any more points before the half. 10-0 San Francisco as we go to the break. I realized I started that sentence a little bit early, but
10-0.
phew.
The ESPN
Much like the Saints going for it on 4th down, I lucked out
up next.
thanks to the decision the
ESPN
49ers
halftime update.
made.
Let's
It's been all
review
San
what went
Francisco
on
here in
first
half number
The
1,
49ers closed the
though I
half,
did
putting
really
on
like the
ball
aggression
control
by New
play.
Orleans on that
Odds
last
are
drive.
they'll keep it up as
They
we
have
head
had
into the
2
second
very
half.
long drives,
Barlow has
4.5
for a
minutes
total
and
of 93
2
yards and
and a
1
half
touchdown.
minutes.
He'll walk away with our ESPN hot at the half player. That's our halftime report. I'm Clark Dishman.
Saints
With a
finally
reminder to
felt like
tune
they
in
were
to
getting
the
into
ESPN
some
postgame
form of
show
rhythm,
at the conclusion of the game.
but
Let's
could
send it
not
back to
convert the
Dan and
4th
Peter.
down. Though they will get the ball to start half number 2. Field goal would have been big on that drive just for that reason. Cut it to a 1-score game, get the ball back, try to drive down the field, pick up a touchdown, and bam, right back at it.
It's away. Betts will field it, and he will decide to down it.
Last time they had the ball, they were stopped on a big 4th down play. Let's see if they can punch through this time.
Ball on the 20.
Wide right.
Cardell in motion. Green pays back.
Green drops back and finds McCardell at the 30. He turns around and gets clobbered at the 31. He comes off of the shift and
Completion here. Take a look.
might have just been the move that they needed to free him up in that defense.
And they connected for a decent gain.
Hope that the Saints don't completely abandon the run game here.
Ball at the 31-yard line.
McCardell only a couple of receptions. 2 for 36, a long of 25. First and 10 from the 31-yard line.
With the carry.
Nice run, trying the far side. Makes a couple guys miss before he's finally taken down after a gain of 9. That's what you want to see from the Saints. And just a balanced offense. Doesn't have to be 9 yards every carry, but really well blocked, good vision.
Like that, Dan.
Awesome physical effort. Second and 1.
Let's take some yards, bud. Take some yards.
They're going with 2 tight ends.
2nd and 1 with an I formation. San Francisco bringing a blitzer off that
Boom on the left side.
near sideline. Makes a man miss and runs up the sideline for a solid gain. Good job to run away from the blitz there. You can see, I believe it was number 26, kind of creep in from the bottom of the screen towards the, that'd be the right-hand side of the offensive line.
Perfect hurdle there, and that really
And they made sure that they just ran it the other way.
Ball on the 42. They're going with 2 wideouts. Cardell goes in motion. Dane.
1st and 10, and I'll hand the ball off. Pick up a 3 inside the 40.
2 on the day.
Carried this one
That
just
looked kind of
left
like
the center. Gets a few.
found a patch of ice kind of a fall. Not the cleanest tackle in the world, but I'm sure that'll work for the San Francisco 49ers.
Ball at the 39-yard line.
Keep your eyes open. Don't give him an inch. Run.
Play action pass. Green finds number 48. Maybe down. That's Betts. No. Yeah, Betts. Okay. Betts. I thought I read Betts. Thought it was Bettis. Realized it was the wrong name or wrong number. Just a whole mess. Whole mess of things.
Guys look like the Three Stooges.
Yeah, not even the classic Three Stooges. More like 2 Shemps and a Curly Joe.
Oh, remember him. Ball on the 29. They line up with their tight end right. Dane.
1st and 10. They're gonna try and find some room out to the edge, but good vision to break it back inside. We're looking at another very long drive here. This is the first drive of quarter number 3. We're approaching the 3-minute mark. The longer this drive goes, I think it becomes more imperative that New Orleans comes away with 6 rather than just 3. There's still time for another drive like this, but with the way San Francisco's been possessing the ball as well, you got to start thinking touchdown more than just like, hey, we're okay with the field goal. Nice run there, but he stopped just short of the line again. It'll be 3rd down and 1 there, though it is more of a 3rd down and inches scenario.
3rd and about a foot. They go with the I formation. Dane gets it again.
Nice job to bounce it to the near sideline and pick up the 1st down.
Beautiful run around the right.
They are wearing down this San Francisco defense, and they can still get a 1st down before they hit the goal line. They might actually be further out than I realized.
Ball well, 1st down.
They are. They're at the 17-yard line. Sorry, I thought they were at the 12 or the 11.
The Saints.
They're going to go with yet another run. Good job by the San Francisco 49ers to get into the backfield. They'll give him forward progress, which means he'll only lose 1 rather than 4 or 5. 30 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Another shift for the Saints offense. They're going to go with the run, and San Francisco again in the backfield. That's going to go for a loss of 2.
A couple of nice plays in a row for this D, Dan, stopping them in the backfield each time.
We'll see if we get one more play here before the end of the 3rd quarter, but New Orleans held the ball for the entire 3rd quarter. That is
It's the end of the 3rd quarter.
wild.
The 49ers are
Super
serving up
helpful
a
for
shutout, 10-0.
super helpful for video length, cutting it down as best they can, so I appreciate that. And again, just making up for the kind of a slog that Detroit was early, and then Chicago was just really
3rd and about
efficient
13.
when they like they didn't use, they weren't like a good efficient team, but they just didn't use a whole lot of clock because they had 3 explosive plays. Green throws the ball and it's incomplete. So the first play of the fourth quarter goes for the San Francisco defense, and that just looked like it was all out of sorts from the start. There was no one even in the frame as the ball hit the turf. So Saints will settle for 3, or settle for an attempt for 3. Settle for a field goal attempt. That's what I'm trying to say. Good Lord. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So New Orleans comes away with 3, but they're really going to need their defense to hold. Can't afford to give San Francisco too long of a drive. They're going to have to get all the way into the end zone to tie this bad boy up. And that's why I thought that it was important as we approached the end of the third quarter, and now that we're into quarter number 4. New Orleans, you're 15 yards away, 20 yards away probably by the end of that. 12 play, 60-yard drive, 4:57 off the clock. You gotta punch that in. You're too close to not finish off that drive with 6 rather than with just 3. 2 yards deep in the end zone. He'll take it up to the 10, to the 20. A couple of guys knock him down, and the run back is equal to a touchback.
They allowed a field goal on defense. Now it's their turn to deliver on offense. Let's see what they do.
Ball on the 20.
You're gonna be down here all day.
High formation. Smith in motion. Barlow with the ball. Smith.
Nice stop by the New Orleans Saints. They don't gain any yards. 2nd down and 10. Doesn't have to be a 3 and out for New Orleans. You can give up maybe a first down, but you got to give your team the ball back with at least a couple of minutes on the clock, because it does not seem like this is a team that wants to go fast in New Orleans.
2nd and 10.
Derek M. Smith, 6 tackles.
They're going with 3 wideouts.
49ers with a nice patient offensive set. Down to about 10 seconds on the play clock. Barlow finds all kinds of room, and he's off to the races, but dragged down before he can hit the 40-yard line. It's the kind of run you can't afford to give up, but it's better to give it up now rather than in 2 minutes. Well, that is not good for this New Orleans Saints defense. If you really look at it, they were highlighted. If you really look at it, though, and you've been watching this game, the New Orleans defense has not been able to get off this field. They're lucky to only be down 7 because the receiver couldn't get his feet down inbounds. Otherwise, they're down 14-3, and we're wrapping this game up. That play is huge. As we watch them take their sweet time in the huddle.
Ball at the 38-yard line.
Barlow bullies a man down and picks up 7.
7-yard pickup on the play.
Huge run right there, and the Saints defense again just cannot get stops when they need them.
Ahead on the strength of this wicked stiff arm. Oh, get a load of that, will you? You can't coach that.
He found the space he needed to make that play, Peter. He showed fantastic determination to get those extra yards. Ball on the 46.
2nd down and 3. Good job here by San Francisco to really let this clock wind down. They're going to hand the ball off. They're going to get right down their throats, and the New Orleans Saints can't do anything to stop this attack. Okay, here it is. This is the game. 1 first down ends it for San Francisco. New Orleans will let this run down to the 2-minute warning. They have 3 timeouts. You got to get 3 stops and give your team an opportunity to get that ball back. It's now or never.
Ball at the 49-yard line.
We're going to go with a pitch, and there's a good job by the New Orleans defense to get into the backfield and quickly take the timeout. Loss of 2 sets up 2nd and 12.
Well, the D moved faster than a leopard with new sneakers to shut down the outside run.
It's now 2nd and 12.
Leopard's known for wearing sneakers. Thank you, commentator. Offset I formation. Vic under center, hands the ball off right up the middle. Barlow makes a couple of guys miss, squeezes through a narrow gap, and picks up 9. So I believe it was 2nd and 12. Now 3rd down and 3. This is it. I mean, it's just so nicely run by San Francisco. Blocking everybody. Barlow with great eyes.
They've been controlling the game today with their devastating ground.
128 yards on the ground. 45 is the long. Saints get a stop here or it's over. Barlow! They're going to give him the first down. That was a very weird spot. He looked like he got turned around, but they must have called forward progress. That will do it. San Francisco 10, New Orleans 3, your final. And while this one runs the timeout, I'm going to go get a fresh drink.
He'll take a knee, and the clock will wind down. Ball on the 43. They line up with 2 tight ends. He'll take a knee, and the clock will wind down. Third and 14. He'll take a knee, and the clock will wind down.
And just in time as the final seconds tick down.
There's the whistle,
Very efficient game by both teams here. 10-3 your final as San Francisco comes into New Orleans and hands them their 6th loss on the season. Neither of these teams I don't think are going to be in playoff contention, so thankfully while we had them highlighted, they did give us a fairly good game and a very interesting game to watch at that. Not a lot of offense, but long, methodical drives. Saints defense just could not get off the field when they absolutely had to. More first downs than points for the New Orleans Saints. I don't think that really adds is all that great for is not part of the recipe for success. Kevon Barlow, 131 yards on 21 carries, 88 yards after the first hit, 1 touchdown. All right. Let's pop a spicy save here just in case. As a pretty consistent modern gen game player, very used to autosave. A couple of the games that we've had, I think one of them had the autosave. Or maybe it's the NFL Fevers have the autosave. NFL Fever 2004, next in line. We'll be back in ESPN for NFL 2K4, which I realize I need to double check just because 2K2 did not work the way I wanted it to.
It's week 7
And every single one of these games has like a weirdness to it. Anyway, Colts Steelers is our final game of the day.
At number 25. They'll go up against a team that has its own liabilities versus the Steelers, who come in with a
Oh my gosh,
struggling
Pittsburgh's the
running game.
32nd overall
They could
team.
be in for a long
Oh my
day.
goodness.
So let's see how
Okay,
it
well,
plays out in
oh,
Pittsburgh.
that's right. I remember because Pittsburgh is like surprisingly
Welcome. It's
3-2. That's right. This was kind of the one like good game record-wise because you have a 4-1 Indianapolis Colts team coming into a 3-2 Pittsburgh team. Pittsburgh squad.
One heck of a battle down there
This was
on the
like
field.
the good
And
one.
just look at
Everything
these
else
guys.
was kind of like,
Johnson
ugh.
comes in with
Ew.
one goal, controlling the line of scrimmage, Dan. He's not feeling friendly today either, so expect a battle. And warming up over here is someone who is just as capable of putting on a clinic. Ronaldo Wynn comes in, and let me tell you, he has a real mean streak in him, Dan. The quarterback's eyes tell part of the story. The numbers tell the rest. Defensively this season, he's averaged 4 tackles and just under a sack a game.
Peter, thanks. It's time now.
Highlighting
for the
people on the
coin toss.
defensive side of the ball, always good.
We'll take heads.
They call heads. Heads it is.
As we get set for the third and final game of the day, reminder to subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Thanks so much again for hanging out. March Mascot Madness returns in March. It will be on YouTube for sure, starting on March 3rd, every Sunday and Monday throughout the month of March, between the 3rd and the 25th. If things go the way that I would like them to, and I can stream and record the way I want to, or even just maybe stream and edit videos, they might be on Twitch. So check twitch.tv/Seannosaurus Rex for more on that. Brackets will be up on the 29th of January, and I'm sure I will. You'll have a video to look at that'll break down all the matchups and talk about where to go to fill out a bracket, should you so wish. I also might run some marathon streams over on twitch.tv/Seannosaurus Rex throughout February, broadcasting some of the March Mascot Madness tournaments and September Mascot Madness tournaments as well, if you would be interested in those. Terrell Owens, Hines Ward, Tony McGee, and they are quarterbacked by Brian Greasy. Richie Anderson, the fullback.
Good show with these other two. Through the air this season, he's averaged 180
Antoine
yards
Smith.
and just under 2 touchdowns a game.
Antoine?
Okay, back
Antoine?
to the action.
That eye is really throwing me off there. Actually, I meant to look up all the... I think I have Mascot Madness in a playlist. I can throw that at the end here.
Smith with the carry will bring up 3rd and short. Peter, let's go over the starting defensive players for the Steelers. We'll start off with the D-line.
Justin Smith is who I'll be checking out from this group. He energizes this squad in a big way.
That's followed by the linebackers.
Mike Peterson is the standout player of this bunch.
And lastly, the secondary.
Ah,
Scott
yes.
stays neck and neck
The
with his
Mascot
man,
Madness
neutralizing.
playlist.
Let's get back to the game.
I would need to go in and... Yeah, 'cause there's a lot of extra stuff in here,
Just punt it right now and take
which is fine. Which is fine. I could just do all of the...
Smith again gets it.
Okay.
Nice run to the outside.
The thing is that every tournament takes roughly
And
32
Smith made
hours
a nice run as he takes off here.
for
And
all
more importantly, he
64
picks up the
matchups.
first down right there.
Good run. run to convert on third. Keeps the drive alive.
Okay, 1st and 10 here, Indianapolis with the ball. Let's focus here on some football.
Ball on the 35.
Adam Archuleta, 25 tackles on the season. Split back formation for Indianapolis. Greasy under center. One receiver to the top and bottom side of the screen. They're going to hand the ball off right up the middle. Pick up 3.
Carried this one off his left guard and picked up a handful.
2nd down. 7 yards to go.
Ball at the 38-yard line.
Taking a roll, get me done, Lord.
Smith trying to find some room, but nothing doing. Blow him up right to the line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd down and 7.
And shellacked him.
It's 3rd and about 7.
Going deep, going deep.
From the shotgun, 5 wide. Quick throw right to the sticks, and a nice job to turn upfield and dive forward for a few extra yards. I like that play. McGee with a really smart route there. Just terrific timing. Defense a little soft, and there wasn't really much of a drop back, so you didn't have to worry about a rush from the defensive line. Greasy got that ball and got rid of it.
All on the 49.
Taking a few minutes off this clock so far, and they're not even at midfield. No midfield logo here in this Pittsburgh stadium, or in the Steelers stadium. Greasy throws, and not really sure who that was supposed to be for. They're showing number 86 like it was for him, but there was nobody in the area. Incomplete pass. Makes it 2nd and 10 with 2:01 in quarter number 1. 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. A little under 1,000 yards. He should eclipse that in today's game.
It's tight. Throws.
I'm hard-pressed to find a quarterback that's thrown for fewer than 90 yards. I'm sure it's there. You could probably actually look at the last game that probably had fewer than 90 yards. So never mind. Just ignore that sentence. Nice play on 2nd and 10. Picks up half of what they need. And it's 3rd down and 5. 8-play, 34-yard drive. 3 minutes off the clock and counting.
And their tight end to the right.
Just barely in Pittsburgh territory. Greasy again, short drop, or short, maybe even no drop. And finds his man. It's McGee coming up with a nice catch in coverage. So excellent concentration, and it's the contested catches. You're looking for your receivers to win, and a great throw by Greasy to thread the needle there.
Absolutely. The coach has to be
First
happy
down
with the
and 10.
result, though, you know, once he started breathing regularly.
Ball at the 32-yard line. They have 2 tight ends in. Greasy fades back.
Greasy drops back and fires. He's going to find, is that McGee again?
There's enough yards there.
It is indeed McGee, and he comes up with the 1st down.
Tony McGee was the man in the middle on that play. Watch this. Oh, great catch.
Yeah, it's very, very tough to do in double coverage like that.
Yeah, you got 2 guys flipping the coin to see who's going to cream you. Terrific job by the receiver.
Inside a minute to go.
The Colts are putting a good drive together. 1st down.
And it's like the Indianapolis Colts, San Francisco 49ers, and New Orleans Saints are all trying to speed run this video. It's another nice completion and a great gain on 1st and 10. Terrell Owens. Picks up 8. We're through one. It's a goose egg game, but the Colts are knocking on the door. They've had the ball the entire time. They're going to give Pittsburgh 4 seconds of possession for no reason whatsoever, because that was how long it took the ball to get off the tee to the receivers or to the returner's hands. And that is why they have 4 seconds of possession, even though they have not had an offensive play.
Ball on the 14. They line up with their tight end left. Smith.
Second down and 2. Pick up just enough for the first down.
For about 2.
They're just picking up as many first downs as possible, giving themselves as many shots as they can at this end zone. Right now they would have a maximum of 8 because of where they are on the field.
12-yard line.
First down possible at the 2.
They're going with Dion. Reese fades back.
Greasy dropping back, float pass over to number 82. That's McGee. He's going to get knocked out of bounds. It's going to be first and goal at the 1.
Great extra yardage. First down.
And a play that didn't look like it was going to go very far.
Really nice yards. Past the marker, and they'll get a new set of downs.
Was a huge gain.
The Colts.
4 receptions, 45 yards already, 19 yak yards after the catch. This drive approaching the 6-minute mark. They're going to hand the ball off. He'll be stopped short, second and goal. They can really start winding this clock down and driving this drive time way, way up. As we hit 6 minutes.
Second and goal. Smith.
Going with a run, he'll dive and crosses the goal line. 6-0 Indianapolis after a monster drive.
Antoine Smith gave the defense no chance to bring him down, and let's see why. Whoa!
Oh, yeah, you couldn't bring him down because he beat them to the punch with that dive.
You can't trip a man who's already falling.
Wilkins
Okay.
will line up for the point after.
All right. If you say so, man.
It's away.
Kick up and the kick is good. 7-0. 3:35 in the second
Colts
quarter.
The first points on the board, 7-0.
Wow. Wowie, wow, wow. 6:20, 15 play, 80-yard drive.
Wilkins will kick this one away. It's away. Wofford.
Returned from around the 3-yard line. He'll get it up to the 20. Tries to break it to the middle. Picks up a few extra yards. And he'll get knocked down at the 26-yard line.
First down, Steelers.
Well, this game could go either way, Dan, and that's what makes this drive critical. They'd love to put some points on the board right here.
Ball on the 26.
Everybody's watching. It's time to shine. All right, come all right.
Barber will run it.
Oh, nice run there on 1st and 10 for 7.
Virginia. Peter,
We have a
let's
Tiki
go over
Barber
the starting
sighting here.
offensive players.
We take a look quickly at the offensive line. We got to get this in here before the
Offensive line.
Steelers go 3 and out and give it to the Indianapolis Colts, who hold on to the ball for the remainder of the game.
Next up, the receiving corps.
Plexico Burris.
Plexico
stands out as the
Burris.
best of the bunch. So far this season, he's averaged 21 yards on 2 catches a game.
Last but not least, we
Steve
have
McNair,
these
Tiki Barber.
3 gentlemen.
Larry Centers.
Larry
provides a
Centers.
vital
It is really
contribution
surprising to
this
see that
group.
you have
On the
Steve
ground this
McNair
season,
and you're the
he's averaged 3
32nd
yards on
ranked
3
team in
carries a
the
game.
in
Back to
the
field now.
in the country in the league.
It's second and about 3.
Don't give him an inch, baby. Don't give him an inch. Strong out, tight right.
Beck goes in motion. Barber.
McNair hands to Barber. Barber
Jukes.
rushes his way for 6, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Evan Mawai just owns the field on this play. Watch how he throws the defender around. Whoa. Looks like someone had a solid breakfast this morning.
Domination like that is, well, it's kind of embarrassing, Peter. Incredible effort.
Incredible effort.
Ball at the 39-yard line.
McNair dropping back, firing. We're going to have a penalty. It's going to be another pass interference. It's going to be on the defense. Third, maybe fourth penalty we've seen like that in this episode. And every one of them has actually been a better play result than the penalty would. So, 1st and 10 either way. The clock winds to the 2-minute warning.
Ball on the 44.
Believe it or not, now there are actually speed runs for football games. I watched one. It's pretty wild. I mean, it goes exactly how, it's not really all that wild, but it goes exactly how you would expect. The weird thing, or the wild thing about it, I want to say it's NCAA football 2005. For whatever reason, one of the teams, and if I remember correctly, it's Harvard, their players are all out of position.
They line up in the eye.
So you basically just try to pick up first downs and keep the clock moving. Hope you don't get any penalties. And then when the opposition has the ball, you hope that they don't throw incomplete passes. You just try to have the ball as much as possible. They're guaranteed one possession.
And now he's going to get more.
Oh, it's always nice to have a receiver that can pick up 8 or 9 more yards after the
But it was pretty interesting.
Ball at the 24-yard
First down and 10. Pittsburgh working their way down the field. Feels like they have a little bit. It feels like, compared to what Indianapolis did on their first drive, it feels like Pittsburgh is working at light speed. McNair fires and it's intercepted right as I complimented their team. They throw a pick and he's knocked out of bounds at the 28-yard line. McNair threw it where he shouldn't have because he was right in the way. They're going to highlight him here. Just read that really well. Stopped on the route.
Fabulous timing. There wasn't much of a window of opportunity, but he still managed to make that very big play.
Yeah, you can't coach reaction times like that.
What a turn.
And if they can manage to score here, that
what a
could
turn.
really put some pressure on for the second half.
Just a minute 21 remaining. They line up with 2 wideouts.
Greasy drops back, fires. He finds a receiver for a gain of 6. Maybe 2nd down and 4.
Got some nice yards there off the first down play, and that really opens things up a bit for this next one.
Ball on the 34.
Watch for the run! Watch for the run! Get ready, watch the run!
Going with a pitch to the outside. Smith makes a man miss, and he is loose to the 50 inside, down to the 45-yard line. Might not have actually been the 50, might have been the 40 to the 45. I apologize. The game zooms in so much, it's hard to, like, tell. 30, yeah, definitely was the 35. There's the 40 and then the 45. Oh, no, I was right. Yay, I was right. Yay.
The Colts.
It looked like Indianapolis was content to just take a 7-0 lead into the half. But a big run right there. Might see a little more aggression from Greasy and this offense, trying to put a little more on the board before the half. And then, of course, they just hand it right off. 2nd down and 4 after the gain is 6. Because if you have a couple of timeouts.
4 yards to go.
Okay. I was waiting for them to say, first.
Clock is down to 38. Greasy
with that weird animation. Going off his back foot as he's falling away. Nice completion. And Indianapolis takes their second timeout. And Indianapolis. Not a good sequencing of words there. First down and 10 as we zoom in on an empty spot where the quarterback should be. From the 27-yard line, Greasy's going to go with a pitch to the outside. Smith stopped behind the line, and that's their third and final timeout. Interesting call there on a first down and 10. Especially with the way this game tends to operate. It does run some extra time off. It's a little slow in that regard sometimes. Could cost them 3 here. We'll see what happens. They're going to go with another run, which makes absolutely no sense. They're going to run up. They should only spike this ball with like... He's going to drop back. He's going to throw over the middle. It's caught. 10 seconds. It's first down. They're going to run out of time because they took a timeout. McGee celebrates the first down, and they huddle up.
That will do it for the first half. The score, 7-0.
Why'd they call that run play?
ESPN studios for a halftime update.
Welcome to the ESPN halftime update. The Colts closed the half putting on
7 minutes and 49 seconds of time of possession for the Indianapolis Colts. A measly, paltry 2-11 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lucky to only be down 7 thanks to some clock mismanagement and poor timeout usage. They are only down by a touchdown rather than 10 or perhaps even 14 if they were a little more aggressive trying to get the ball down the field. The turnover big because it keeps the points off, or keeps Pittsburgh from getting points on the board. Though they do get the ball first here in the second half. And that first half was a speed run clinic.
It's off. Allen gets the ball.
Allen a couple yards deep in his own end zone, gets it up just past the 15 to the 16-17 yard line. And that is where that will that's where it'll stop.
Well, last time they
first and 10.
Turned it over on the interception. Let's see if they worked out the kinks here.
Ball on the 18.
Maybe this is the nice part of the field. I think I'm going to keep you here for a while.
They go with the I formation.
Ball on the 18.
With the carry.
Gonna go with a run. That's a nice piece of vision right there. Good job to stay on his feet. Got kind of turned around before he got knocked down. Picks up 8. And do we have a long time-sucking drive here by the Pittsburgh Steelers? It feels like these games are going to finish in the length of time it took for us to get through the first game. I know that's not possible because we're already about there. Barber tries to find some room up the middle, but just not able to find anything. Great job by the Indianapolis Colts defense to clog up all the lanes, force a loss of 1 and a third down.
It's third and about 3.
Barber, he's going to try the left side. He'll get 4.5. But he only needed 3, so that'll be first and 10.
I like how he bounced this one left, gets a little contact, but still manages to keep his feet moving and plow ahead for the first.
Ball at the 29-yard line. They line up with 3 wideouts.
First down and 10. McNair fires the ball, and I thought that might have been picked, but it's great job there by Martin to get the reception, keep this drive alive.
The fact he was covered, and there's the completion. Man, he
looked like 21 was going for that pick animation. Wasn't quite as kind this time around. 81 with nice hands to snag that ball out of the air. First and 10.
Ball on the 42.
McNair drops back and throws. It's dropped.
Steve McNair didn't get the ball far enough downfield.
Crowell
Fizzled out on him.
could not hold. Crowell was what I was going to say. Crowell hit as the ball got there. Thought he was actually going to hold on to it and
10.
set up a second and short, or maybe even a first down. Fresh set of downs. But the hit does jar it loose.
Crowell in motion.
Crowell.
McNair fades back.
McNair dropping back. He's going to float it out to the flat. Nice easy completion to Barber. It'll go for nothing, and it'll be 3rd down and 10.
10 yards to go.
Third and 10.
My DB's gonna shut this drive down right now.
Single back formation. McNair drops back.
McNair dropping back and fires. He finds another receiver. You saw the Indianapolis Colts looking for another either deflection or interception. And that gives up a big play to the other team. That is a terrific run up the sideline. Great movement there.
I think we've got the highlight on replay here. Yep, that's it.
Spin move to get out of the first tackle. Nice job to just snag that ball. Get upfield and deep into Indianapolis territory. I believe it's going to be 1st and goal. It is 1st and goal from about the 10-yard line. I think sometimes you just maybe run out of bounds at like the 12, just so you can give yourself a little bit of room to pick up a fresh set of downs before the goal line.
Lines up wide right after racking up the yards last play. Crowell goes in motion.
Barber in the backfield gets dropped for a loss of 2. 2nd down.
The defense was on him like white on rice.
12 yards to go.
It's 2nd and goal.
Pitch to Barber. Barber tries to find a little room. He'll pick up about 3 there. 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. So we approach 4 minutes here on this drive. That was not a very good charge, crowd. It was a very bad charge.
4 wide receivers on the field. McNair fades back.
McNair into the end zone, caught for the touchdown. And that very long drive comes to a close with 6. I can't believe that was actually a touchdown. The defender was in perfect position there to get a hand up and try and knock it loose or knock the ball away. Pardon me. But a terrific job there to hold on to the ball. Didn't do it earlier in the drive, but comes through when it's needed the most. A 3rd and goal from the 9. And this point after try can tie us up at 7. 37 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter as we take a look at yet another drive summary that's 4+ minutes to a touchdown. Just kidding, maybe not. Oh, there it is. 4:14. 10-play, 82-yard drive.
Janikowski lines up for the kickoff. He puts it out of the end zone. Great kickoff, and we'll start up at the 20.
Close game so far, and even though there's plenty of time left, they'd love to score on this drive.
Ball at the 20-yard line.
So here we go. Smith is going to get the carry on 1st and 10 for this Indianapolis Colts drive here late in the 3rd quarter. Tied at 7 and 2nd and 6 after the 4-yard gain.
Ball on the 24.
Keep your eyes open. Don't give him an inch.
Greasy drops back.
Greasy drops back, fires into double coverage, and that was nearly intercepted. Very dangerous throw by Brian Greasy.
Could make a clean catch.
And just like that, 3rd down and 6, you can give the ball back to your offense against a tired defense if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Now 3rd and 6.
1 tackle, 1 tip for Tom Knight. Would be by far the shortest drive of the day. Or of the game, I should say.
Shotgun. Throws.
Off his back foot, it's incomplete off his hands.
Cody shouted his
He
man
couldn't
well enough
come
to
up with it.
for an incompletion.
And they will punt this ball away on a 4th down and 6. They just used 4+ minutes on a drive that tied this game up.
After a 3
And they are going to kick that ball back to the offense that's in rhythm against a defense that is probably quite tired.
It's away.
And that will be the start of the 4th quarter
Allen
as he calls for a
reels
fair
in the
catch
pitch.
around the 40-yard line. Set up for a pretty fantastic finish here
And it's all
in
knotted up here.
Pittsburgh.
7-7.
Very even stats across the board. Hey, rushing yards and passing yards favor one team more than the other.
Jermaine Kroll put up the big numbers last drive. Let's see what he can add on right here.
All at the 41-yard line.
Come on, defense. Get up. We can still win this.
They have their tight end to the left. McNair fades back. Just gets it off.
Oh my goodness! It's going to be a 1-play scoring drive for the Pittsburgh Steelers unless they can get there, and they can't. Touchdown, Steelers.
Mexico Bulls. Bulls off
And that is the fastest drive of this game.
with 6 points. We got to see that one more time. There's a great catch. A big
And he-
gain on his own.
But then he takes
We
off
just
and
we have
just
seen
keeps
so
going.
many. I don't know if this is just a thing that I'm noticing now, or it's been in the games the whole time and I just haven't realized it. A lot of guys going for the batted ball, and because of the way that animation works, it stops their momentum just
Janikowski
completely,
will line up for the
and the
point after.
receiver just breezes on by. Breezing on by. Sebastian Janikowski, by the way, number 12, which is interesting. But at least they have his correct kicking foot. 14-7. Pittsburgh scored on each of their last 2 offensive
The
plays.
Steelers take the lead
And
with that
just like that in
score,
front.
14-7. Janikowski is back to kick it away. It's off. Cartwright catches it. in
3
the
yards
end zone.
deep in the end zone. He'll take it out to the 20, to the 25, and he ran into his own blocker.
Brought down at the
He
31
ran into
yard
his
line.
own blocker. Looked like that could have been a run back to the
They
end
allowed a
zone, but
touchdown, and now it's their turn to answer right back. Let's see if they can do it.
All on the 31.
Get a long way from
still a good run back, though. He ran it back about 34 yards to the 31-yard line. They're going to go with a run to Smith. Smith is going to make a man miss, avoid a tackle. He's up to the 45, up near midfield, maybe into Pittsburgh territory.
First down.
I believe they're on the 49-yard line.
Even the
of the Pittsburgh
circling his
Steelers.
head have headaches. Ooh, that must have hurt.
I love that picture. Well, I tell you, bruises heal, but the pain of getting so thoroughly shut down by such a great block will linger on, I'm sure.
Well, they're going to call him out of bounds, so
Colts.
the
with a nice
clock
run
stays
on
at
the last play. They'll have
4:35.
another First down.
First and 10 just inside Pittsburgh territory.
Smith.
Going with a run to Smith again, same side.
Morgan
And
runs in and makes the tackle.
another solid result. Gain of 5 on that play.
It's 2nd and 5.
That's all they get. That's all they get. All right.
Greasy drops back, throws short. Nice completion. That'll go for 8. It's first down and 10.
He sends a telegram to his man for the completion. Take a look. There's the throw right to him.
This passing offense spends so much time in practice running plays and patterns that it's almost instinctive at this point. Ball at the 36-yard line.
10 for 13, 100 yards for Greasy. I believe that gets him over 1,000 for the season. They're going to go with Smith. Break it back towards the middle. They're going to go with a hurry-up offense, which they don't really need to do. They have all kinds of time to work with here. But it's a solid 6-yard gain, second down and 4. Hopefully this speed doesn't hurt them. Greasy throws out to the flat. Nice catch inside the 20 down to the 15. He'll step out of bounds at the 13-yard line, first and 10. And that's the kind of play you like to see.
Smith takes it down, then pours it on. Watch this. Great catch.
Greasy does a nice job.
On the run.
Ball's in a good spot. Gives him an opportunity to turn around and run upfield.
What, they're fast?
Ball on the 13.
117 yards now. Greasy off his back foot into double coverage and a dangerous throw there. Looking for Hines Ward, I believe.
Smith got his body in the way of that one, Dan. It's all about clogging up the passing lanes. You can't coach that.
Second and 10.
Just like you mean, Dave. Nothing, baby.
Greasy drops back.
Greasy dropping back, firing, and it's incomplete. Hit as the ball got there. Number 82 could not hold on to it. Field goal. Ew, I don't know. I guess you would need a touchdown either way. You're probably not getting the ball back 2 more times, so maybe try and pick up half of it here. Of course, a field goal here and a touchdown there would give you a win rather than just a tie for a touchdown. Greasy to the outside, finds a receiver who goes up to grab it, but comes down 4 yards short.
Perhaps around 7 yards there, but unfortunately still short of the first.
We'll see what they want to do here.
They're going for the
Fourth down and 4. They're going to hustle. They're going to hustle to the line. 5 wide receivers. Greasy under center. He's going to roll. Fires over the middle. Incomplete. Pittsburgh takes over with 2:50 to go. There was nobody home. No one there.
Well, it's a close game and time is running out. You have to love these situations.
We've seen a number of communication issues throughout today's video for a bunch of different teams. And that one might be the most devastating yet. So Pittsburgh takes over, 2:50 on the clock. Indianapolis has a full allotment of timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Smartly, they'll take this. They should take this all the way down to the 2-minute warning. I don't know that they will, but they might.
Ball on the 12. 2 tight ends on the field. We've reached
Oh, and they do all the way down. Nice play there by Pittsburgh. Boy, we saw so much clock mismanagement in NFL Primetime 2002 that it is genuinely astonishing to watch them do it correctly. Second down and 5. Spin move and he'll be short. This is where I think, there you go, take the timeout here. Indianapolis will have 2 remaining, excuse me.
1 yard to go.
And this could be game right here.
Third and short. Watch the run.
I formation.
Log it up, and he won't get knocked down. It looked like he was going to be stopped, but the tackling animations are a little floaty in this game, it seems. Where he gets hit, you can see stop, and then hit on the side, he just flings him forward.
Just forget it.
And that'll do it. One more timeout for Indianapolis. Pittsburgh should be able to just kneel it out. A couple of good games, couple of quicker games here in the back couple. And that was the kind of tackle that they needed exactly one play prior.
The Colts take a timeout. That's their final one.
They might have some time. It's 100
on that first down. They left absolutely nowhere to run on the outside.
The clock is at 1 minute
105 seconds. You can run off
two receivers in.
80.
Barber with the carry. Beaker takes the tackle. That's number 2 on
The
the
sooner you
day.
get that play clock running, the
This one
better
just
here
left
for.
of center, and he got a couple, but there's still a way to go to move the chains.
Oof, there's like an extra 6 seconds or so to come off. So they'll be able to run another 30. Indianapolis is going to have a shot. There's just not going to be much time. There might not be any time. It might be a punt return. Could be the final play of the game. Because it's 40 seconds play clock, obviously. But there were 5 or 6 seconds that came off the clock even before they got the play clock started, with the game clock moving at the same time. So 55 down to 50.
It's 3rd and 9.
Down to about 10. They'll take a knee there.
And the clock will wind down.
2, 1.
4th down,
48, 47.
11 yards.
Whew. Yeah, that'll do it. It's a 7-second difference. The punt is about 4 seconds or so, so that's 3. If they call a fair catch immediately, you get 1 shot at the end zone. Huge conversion on 3rd and 1. Pittsburgh scored on exactly 2 plays, and they were back-to-back plays. And that's the biggest, probably the biggest swing.
Comes in and will punt it away.
Oh, they're going to take a,
Let's listen to the call.
they're going to take a delay game.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
The Steelers take a little too long and get the delay of game call. You got to watch that countdown.
Is that, no, it's the false start that does it.
7 seconds to go. Baker comes in and will punt it away. It's
Ooh,
off.
they're going to call a fair catch.
Cartwright fields the fair catch.
Ooh. All right, Indianapolis, 1 play. What do you have? What
Oh, this
do
is a
you
huge
have?
drive. They have a chance to tie it up and head
That's
into overtime.
unbelievable.
Hey,
That punt
crunch
took
time,
so
fellas.
long to get
Just
there.
1 second left on the clock.
Everything lined up. Well, not everything. Very little lined up, but Indianapolis gets a little bit of luck.
From shotgun.
They're going to bring everybody. Greasy's going to get hit as he tries to get the ball out of his hands.
Got across
And
the
that'll
middle,
do it.
Couldn't make the catch.
There's the whistle. And
Wow.
that's the end
Pittsburgh
of the
comes
game.
away with the victory.
Steelers win the game
14-7.
14-7. On behalf of Peter
This was
O'Keefe,
Indianapolis's
Michelle
game to lose. It
Westfall,
felt
and
like
myself, Dan
they
Stevens,
controlled
it was
they
a real
controlled this
pleasure
game
bringing
from
you today's game.
a
We'll
possession
see you next time for more NFL action
perspective.
on
I mean, they picked
ESPN.
off Steve
Now,
McNair.
Let's go to the post-game wrap-up.
Thanks for joining us here on the ESPN
But a very
postgame
even
show.
game.
I'm Clark Dishman. The Steelers come away with a 7-point win over the Colts. They now
Overall,
move to
8 total
4-2 on
yards.
the year. The
Steelers win
created some
passing
unfriendly
yards.
skies
Rushing
today.
yards
As you can
goes
see
to
from the numbers,
Indianapolis.
some great effort from
Obviously,
their
Steelers
secondary.
win 14-7.
Burris hauled down
Plexico
passes
Burris,
for a total of
your
96
player
yards and 1 touchdown.
of the game.
He's our ESPN player of the game. Well, that will do it for now. Make sure you tune into the weekly wrap-up for the entire weekend scores, highlights, and insight. I'm Clark Dishman. We'll see you then.
I would love to tune into that, except for it's a huge copyright problem. Okay, let's get you some scores. Let's get you the standings, and let's get you the heck out of here. That's week number 8. Bills, they beat the Dolphins 23-17. The Falcons over the Panthers by 2, 25-23. The Bears beat the Lions 31-21 in the first game that we saw today. Score a little closer than the game wasn't as close as the score would indicate. That's how I'm trying to say it. Chiefs fall to the Broncos 16-10. The high-scoring affair between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Baltimore Ravens, 44-38 in favor of Jacksonville in Baltimore. Vikings taking on the Jets. The Jets win by 3 at home. Seahawks fall to the Rams 13-10. 49ers over the Saints in our Speedrun game of the week, 10-3 in New Orleans. Buccaneers, they fall to the Eagles by 14, 31-17. The Browns beat the Texans 27-16. The Chargers take out the Raiders 19-10. Cowboys over the Cardinals over the Cowboys to keep their perfect season intact, 24-20. The Packers fall in an abysmal fashion to a not very good Washington team, 29-12. And the Steelers beat the Colts 14-7. Let's take a look at the team standings. The Browns and the Bengals, the Browns are ahead of the AFC North at 5-2. The Bengals right behind them with the Steelers, both of those teams at 4-2, and then the Ravens a terrible 1-5. The Patriots lead the AFC East. They have a record of 4-2. Everybody else has 2 wins. The Jets with 4 losses. The Bills and the Dolphins with 5 losses each. The Jaguars on top of the South at 5-1, followed closely by the Colts and Titans at 4-2. The Texans are 2-4. It's a tight division out in the AFC West. The Broncos 4-3 with the Chiefs. The Chargers 3-4 and the Raiders 2-4. Flipping over to the NFC, we have the Bears. They're looking good, dominant in their win against the Lions, though they let it get close. 5-1 is their record. The Vikings are the next closest, or the closest team to them at a 3-3 record. The Lions are 2-4, and the Packers are 2-5 after an abysmal showing. The roster for the Green Bay is awful. It is god awful. The Giants are 4-2 with the NFC East. The Eagles are 3-3, the Cowboys 3-4, and Washington picks up their second win of the season over the Packers. They scored 30-some-odd points. The Falcons are 4-2, the Buccaneers and Panthers are 3-4, and the Saints are 1-6 in a pretty competitive -1 team, a NFC South. And the NFC West has the lone undefeated team in the Cardinals. They are 6-0. The Rams are 4-3, the 49ers are 3-3 following today's victory, and the Seahawks are 2-4. So that will do it right now. Your 1 through 4 seed would be Bears, Giants, Falcons, Cardinals, and then Rams and Vikings or Eagles. We don't have a lot of information to work with, so it's going to be kind of a crapshoot once we start getting down to the playoffs. The AFC is going to be the interesting side so far as we take a look at after week 7. A lot of teams in contention. Right now it would be Browns, Patriots, Broncos, or Chiefs. And then the Jaguars. I don't know who would be there. I would guess that the Broncos would have his alphabetical order then. Oh boy, that's a nightmare. But the point though is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams fighting for 2 spots. So we'll see how it shakes out. The AFC North, always a cluster. We'll see if that South spreads out a little bit more. Excuse me. And we'll see if the West, if Denver or Kansas City takes control in the AFC West. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. That's not where I wanted to go. This is where I wanted to go. Thank you again so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. If you want more, subscribe over. This gameplay is right here. Watch more random rosters over here. Check out a Mascot Madness up here. And you can fill out your bracket Monday, January 29th. So keep an eye out for that video. Subscribing and ringing the bell is the best way to do that. I will see you another day in a different video. Thank you so much for watching. Good night and good sports.